Meanwhile, we've reached the end of the first quarter of play here at Albee Stadium, and the Ferris Saxons have taken the lead on the Gonzaga Prep Bullpups at the end of the opening 12 minutes of play. It's Ferris 7, Prep nothing. Back with more after this. 5 receivers in the pattern. Lien trying to keep again, picking a hole, wrapped up by Shad Blair this time. Stillian assists.
Boy, Pat Pfeifer has not thrown the football yet, Todd. They have, look at that. On the ground, Ferris, 78 yards. G-Prep is giving up only 58 yards per game along the whole season. Ferris racks up 78 yards in that first quarter.
Bullpup defense giving up 144 yards rushing a week ago, by far the most they've allowed all season. You see 1 first down for Prep in the first quarter, and so far it has been all Ferris. 3rd and 7. Morton again in motion. Lien will again try to run. He's grabbed by Mark Russell. Blair comes in to assist. Boy, it's almost as if Lien didn't have an arm when he's the leading passer in terms of yardage in the GSL. A real surprising call there.
Yeah, you're wondering, is he hurt? I mean,
or is he seeing something and checking off? I don't think so.
I don't know. Pat Pfeifer on the sideline coming over to watch his offense. Of course, Lien will stay on and do the kicking. Close to Birdtail's range, but you don't want to give G-Prep field position if you miss right around midfield.
Matt Gore is dropping back. Yeah, it'd be a 57-yarder from there. Lien kicking it away into the corner and will boot it into the end zone, so Prep will have it on the touchback. So 7-0 Ferris on top. The Saxons hoping to pull off a big surprise here in the quarterfinals. And there were plenty of surprises in the opening round of the playoffs a week ago. Here's the way the state AAA poll looked going into the playoffs, with Puyallup on top. And there are the records. Now let's take a look. After last week, here's what happened to the top 10 teams. If we can take a look. The teams in white are all gone. Puyallup, Kitsap, Snohomish, Richland, Renton, Kennewick, and Bellevue, all losers. Prep, Kentwood, and Rogers of Puyallup, the only teams remaining from the top 10 in the state poll after the upsets last week. Peterson. A hard shot there after a yard. Goncalves making the big shot after Damon Evans slowed him up coming around the corner.
Yeah, Goncalves got the big pop, but it was Evans that made the play, Todd, as he came up from that safety spot, slowed Peterson up. You see Goncalves back there. He's a welcome addition to that Ferris defense.
Yep, gives them 2 very experienced, very heady players in Goncalves and Baggot, both operating in the secondary at the same time. Will make their coverage much, much better against Prep tonight. 2nd and a short 9 for the Bullpups. Peterson with lots of time looking long for Carpenter. Makes the catch behind both safeties and is hauled down inside the 30-yard line. Goncalves and Baggot both there. Right after we talk about the 2 experienced men, Carpenter beats him for a big gain all the way down to the 28-yard line, make it the 29 of Ferris, a 58, make it 49-yard gain.
And what makes it impressive is Carpenter was lined up in his tight end position. Play action, he stands up. The safety's coming up looking run. Carpenter has not only the good size, the good speed, but the good hands. Todd made a nice catch.
Yeah, a real prospect there. Make it an even 50-yard gain for Carpenter, who averages 24 yards a catch, and you see why. John Bird on first down, wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Wargo on the stop along with Bruce Backlund. A little bit of a blown block perhaps there as the Prep linemen kind of regather on that play.
Well, this is what field position means, Todd. Ferris trying to bend but not break. Had G-Prep started this drive right at midfield, they'd be in the end zone by now. But right now, Ferris still has a chance to stop them.
Tony Sestero checks into the lineup, replacing Valley. First action for Sestero. He has 1 catch for the season, but the best average in the league, 52 yards. Peterson checking off with both his linemen and his running backs now on this 2nd and 13's play. Looking for Carpenter and throws incomplete. Actually, almost looking for Sestero as the pass was a bit closer to him. But with 3 men out in the pattern, the Saxons again had good secondary coverage.
One of the reasons they split Carpenter out is to get him free of all that's going on along the line. And it hurt that time that he was in his tight end spot because he tripped coming off the line of scrimmage, Todd. As the ball was snapped, he sort of stumbled over someone's feet. It took him a while to get out into the pattern. That's one of the reasons that ball was overthrown. Prep 0 of 3 in third down conversions. They're not used to putting up a lot of bagels in statistical categories.
It'll be 3rd and 13 from the Ferris 32. Sestero to the top, Carpenter to the bottom, John Bird in motion. Looking for Carpenter all the way to the 20-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds by Baggot. It'll be short of the first down as we take another look.
We talked about at the outset of the broadcast, Todd, when they split Carpenter out, they go to him maybe half the time. He's out all by himself. They're giving him a lot of cushion. Doesn't have the first down, though, and that's surprising because he's an experienced kid. Usually when you run a pattern like that, Todd, you want to get about 2 yards past the sticks, and if you have to come back for the football, you'll still get the first down.
H.J. Daggert started to take about 2 steps out onto the field, and Don grabbed him and said, no, you're not going anywhere. So 4th and 1, the Bullpups will go for it. Bird stacked up, and he'll be short. So both teams have tried straight-ahead football on their 4th down plays, and half the Ferris defense was there, led by Jason Calhoun from the linebacker spot. They'll mark it for actually a little bit of a loss, and Ferris will take over.
Big defensive stand, and again, field position, Todd, it allows them to bend but not break. They stand it off at the 20-yard line. Good penetration by that front three, Joe Green, Charles Williams, Robb Wargo, and as you mentioned, Calhoun flying up from his linebacker spot. And the Saxons take over again, and they still have yet to throw a pass.
That's perhaps the most amazing statistic. Lien averaging 20 pass attempts a game. Last week he tried 17 of them. Lien's down, his knee went to the ground. It'll be a rushing loss for the Ferris quarterback, who limps around a little bit now as you take a look.
Yeah, I think he tripped over his guard as he went back on the play action. It's the first one they were going to throw the football.
That's it. They just weren't used to throwing it. They're so much out of sync with all the runs. So Evans checks back in again for the Saxons. Morton with the Marcus Allen move and a first down.
Oh, nice move by Morton, and watch him use the umpire for a good block here. Pitch to Morton. 41 yards now for Morton. He sees nothing going left side. Watch him use the umpire, Todd, in this move here. He comes up, he's looking up the middle. Nice. Just ducked right around him, got the first down.
Solomon and Malone on the stop from the 31. Morton brought down by Solomon, who says, yeah, you're not going anywhere this time. I think if you're the Bullpup defense too, Rich, they've got to be back on their heels a little bit. It's almost like, when are they going to pass?
Yeah.
We know they're going to pass. Well, when are they going to pass?
Yeah, and we're seeing something that I haven't seen all season. Backs being able to pick their holes against the Gonzaga defense. Morton has been able to, once he has the football, stand up, look around, and then pick his hole rather than going straight on.
2nd and 9 for the Saxons as Morton goes in motion. Lien's going to throw for the first time. It's Morton on the little underneath screen play. Great job by Solomon to get out there in a hurry.
That's the play that has worked so well for him. This time they bring Morton out of the backfield. Got 3 receivers out there already. Zone coverage on the outside. Lien just a quick throw. It's a forward pass. Morton makes the catch. And Solomon has to come up from his linebacking spot to make the stop.
It goes to the 38-yard line. It'll be a 3rd down and 3 situation there as you see Don Anderson taking a look at the play list.
You've seen the players sliding around when they're tackled, Todd. It is quite damp down there. That field is damp.